Hello everyone. So today we will present about FGV holding Berhad, which is a rubber for our subject AGR113. So this is our team member. So this is our table of content, which is introduction, concept of production cost, TVC, TFC, TC, revenue and average revenue, project profit, recommendation and conclusion. Next, introduction. FGV Holdings Berhad is a Malaysian-based global agribusiness and food company formerly known as Felda Global Ventures Holding Berhad. It operates in various segments including plantation, oil and fats, sugar and logistics across multiple countries such as Malaysia, India and the United States. FGV is one of the world's largest producers of crude palm oil, contributing significantly to both global and national production. By conducting a comprehensive analysis of production costs and profitability, FGV Rubber can identify opportunities for cost optimization, revenue enhancement, and performance improvement, strengthen its competitive position, and drive sustainable growth in the rubber industry. Concept of production cost and profit maximization. First is inputs, plantation and land. FGV managed over 60,000 hectares of rubber plantation across Malaysia, Thailand and Cambodia. Then is outputs. Products. Standard Malaysian rubber is SMR10 and SMR20. Cambodian standard rubber is CSR10 and standard Thailand rubber is STR5CV60 and STR5CV50. Next is fixed costs, land and facilities. Costs associated with the acquisition and maintenance of rubber plantation and processing facility. Variable costs, raw materials, cost of latex and chemicals used in the processing of rubber. So this is the total variable cost for FGV rubber. For labor, it's equal to RM 3,500,000 and fertilizer is equal to Rm 2,400. For pesticides, it's equal to Rm 4,405,889. So we calculate all the labor, fertilizer, and pesticide. So the property, plant, and equipment is equal to 7,909,289.
This slide shows our total fixed costs, which are costs that do not change with the level of production. The fixed cost consists of three main components. First, the cost of land, which amount to 2,195,949 ringgit. Second, machinery costs totaling 66,074 ringgit. Third, building costs, which are 889,593 ringgit. When we add all these fixed costs together, the total fixed cost is 3,155,612 ringgit. These costs remain constant regardless of how much we produce, and they form the best expenses of our operation. These slides explain our total and average cost. Total cost is the sum of the total variable cost and total fixed cost, which a TVC of 7,908,289 ringgit and a TFC of 3,151,612 ringgit. The total cost is 11,059,901 ringgit. To find the average, we divide each cost by the output of 238,000 units. The average variable cost is 33 ringgit 23 cent per unit, and the average fixed cost is 13 ringgit 24 cent per unit. This gives an average total cost of 46 ringgit 47 cent per unit. These slides explain our revenue and average revenue. Revenue is calculated by multiplying the selling price by the quantity sold. In our case, the selling price is 1 ringgit 281 cent per unit, and the quantity sold is 545 million units. When we multiply this value, the total revenue is 698,145,000 ringgit. Next, we calculate the average revenue. Average revenue is obtained by dividing total revenue by the quantity sold. So, 698,145,000 ringgit divided by 545 million units give an average revenue of 1 ringgit 281 cent per unit. This shows that the average revenue is equal to the selling price per unit, which help us understand our revenue performance per unit sold.
Hello. This slide explains the project profit and its important. Profit is calculated by subtracting the total cost from the total revenue. For these projects, the total revenue is 698,145,000 ringgit, while the total cost is 11,059,901 ringgit. After deducting all costs, the project generates a profit of 687,085,099 ringgit. This level of profit is significant for FGV Rubber as it ensures financial sustainability and strengthens investor confidence. It also helps the company maintain a competitive advantage, motivate employees, support research and expansion, and contributes positively to the company community. Overall, achieving high profitability while maintaining ethical and sustainable operation remain one of the company keys objective. Next, this slide presents our recommendation. The first one is cost reduction. Cost reduction can be achieved by improving labor productivity through better workflow, incentive, and training, allowing higher output with existing resources. Second is market access should be strengthened through market research to identify high demand target markets while evaluating competition and entry barrier. The last one is yield improvement. Yield improvement can be achieved by investing in advanced agricultural technique, research, and development to increase rubber yields per hectare. For the conclusion, FGB rubber is a critical product in the global market, known for its high quality and diverse application. The company's commitments to sustainability and innovation position well for future growth by continuously adapt to market demand and environmental challenges. FGB is likely to maintain its status as a leading rubber producer. That's all for us, and thank you.